I don't feel like working out. How many times have you said this? Because I can tell you in this week alone, I have said that countless times. Especially given that home workouts are so much more challenging, in my opinion, than actually going to group fitness classes like I used to do. Even though there's a lot more conveniences with working out at home, there's a lot more struggle for me in actually getting to do that. And for those of us who are committed to the Tracey Anderson method, whether that's metamorphosis or online studio, I'd be curious how you overcome this. I put a lot of thought into it, and I've compiled really my process to get through that I don't feel like working out and actually accomplishing it and making it more streamlined and less daunting. If there's anything that you're doing that helps you accomplish your workout when you don't feel like it, please be sure to comment below. And of course, as with every video, I thank you so much for being here, for watching this. Every comment, every like, every subscribe, I value so much, so thank you. So we can recognize that home workouts have some perks. They also have their challenges, and it's not for everyone. But for those of us that see the challenges and decide to push through it, how is it that we're able to do that and stick with it consistently? Or how can we stick with it consistently for those of us who are newly adopting home workouts? Let's first start with some perspective. First and foremost, working out is a privilege. It's a privilege that we have the bodies that are fit enough to actually work out. It's a privilege to have the luxury of time that we can actually commit to a workout. And it's a privilege to gain the benefits that come with working out from a health perspective, a mental perspective, all of that. So these are all privileges, and it comes down to that this is not a have to workout. This is a get to workout, and how shifting our mindset to that can really help us to approach a home workout in a different light. And that's something I've reminded myself more recently that's really made a huge difference, that this is a privilege. This is not something that I'm forced to do or even required to do. It's something I choose to do. And the get to versus have to is a big shift. Now, a question for you to answer for yourself, assuming you have the same dilemma as me, is the question, when do you feel like working out? What does that look like for you? Because I can tell you during the times I feel like working out, I feel good. I feel like I have some momentum. I feel like I'm liking how my figure's looking. I feel energized. I feel excited. Maybe I'm looking forward to something. And there's a lot of positive emotions that I'm involved in when I feel like working out. And on the contrary, the days I don't feel like working out are those times where maybe I'm not feeling so good. Maybe my hormones are affecting the way that I'm holding water, and maybe I feel frustrated or tired or all sorts of things that make me feel run down and slowed down and just not having the desire to work out at all. So two completely different states of mind. Feeling good versus, why bother? So we could support ourselves in driving that feeling, those good feelings associated with wanting to work out. So how can we get ourselves to feel energized? How can we get ourselves to feel good about ourselves? We could certainly look at how we can support our motivation to work out. But the challenge with motivation is that it's not stable. It wanes. So maybe there's some days where you're looking to amp up your motivation to get you going, whereas other times, maybe it's not so suitable. And in that case, instead of motivation, what we're really looking towards is discipline. Good old discipline. So typically, when it comes to getting myself in the mindset of working out, and of course contingent on how I feel, I typically take two different paths, or maybe even a combination of both. So the days where I have the luxury of time, like on the weekend where I have more flexibility in my schedule, if I'm not feeling like working out, what I may do is listen to some music to get myself in a good mood, maybe dance around, enjoy my coffee, maybe watch some motivational videos that get me inspired to get moving. I can get dressed, put some effort in how I look to feel better about myself, maybe even add a spritz of perfume. Sometimes I'll even watch the online studio Instagram just to see other people working out doing her program. That often gets me inspired. So those are all things I'll do when I have the extra time and I can motivate myself and get myself in that headspace. But then of course there's days like during the work week where I don't have much flexibility in my schedule, in which case I have to depend on discipline, or as I like to call it, parenting myself. So just as I would kind of coach a child along, I do the same for myself. Saying things to myself like, it'll be over with before you know it. You'll be so happy when you have the workout done. This is really going to make a great impact on your day. Those encouraging statements, kind of like a parent parenting their child, is kind of the route I take when I'm looking to discipline myself. There is no wiggle room. You just got to do it. And here's some encouraging statements to get me to do that. I've also become aware of just how much energy I waste in resisting a workout. So you can even tell in this kind of dialogue I have here that I will spend so much time thinking through how I don't want to work out. Now, if we were to do that ahead of each workday, oh, I don't want to do work. I don't want to get on this conference call. I don't want to complete this report. I don't want to work on this project. It makes the whole process so much more painful than it needs to be or even should be. I realize that I've been creating this pain for myself that is so unnecessary, because at the end of the day, I'm going to get on the conference call. I'm going to do the project. I'm going to do the workout. And how much easier it would be if I actually engaged in the process with a great attitude. And so in this week, when I've been so resistant to workouts, I realize it's my attitude that's really influencing that. And again, if I take the perspective of what a privilege it is to work out, what a privilege it is to have a workout program that actually makes me feel great and really isn't all that bad, it's something to appreciate. So at this point, we're aware that working out really is a privilege. And when it comes to getting ourselves to work out, depending on the day, depending on how much time you have, really you may take the route of motivating yourself or disciplining yourself. And there are countless things we can do to support that discipline, even like laying out our clothes ahead of time, setting our alarm, really putting strong systems in place to support us towards reaching those goals. It's also so important to find the pockets of the workout, the process, the journey. Find pockets of that you enjoy. So having a playlist to look forward to listening to that really gets you in the mood. Having fun workout clothes. Maybe you need to refresh your workout wardrobe. That's something I've started to do because I realize I'm not spending much money anymore on clothes to go out because I'm really spending so much of my time at home. But what a big difference it makes when I'm looking forward to wearing a new workout set or new sneakers and so on. And probably one of the biggest things for me that's made a dramatic difference in my attitude shift is even, hey, just get started. And one of the things I really love about Tracey Anderson's program is her workout does not start rigorously. You really ease into it. By the time we get through the arms workout, I'm more positioned to do challenging moves. And there are those times where there's a move that is so very taxing and daunting. And again, I have to then resort to discipline and parenting myself. Hey, you can do this. It's only a matter of time till you're done. Just those kind of encouraging statements that push me along, because it is so easy to fall victim to the black and white thinking and just throw in the towel. This is too hard. I can't do this, and just quit. It's very easy to do that, but it's just as easy to be patient with yourself and just push it forward. I've just been being more aware of my thought process and the things that make it challenging, and then supporting myself to just push on forward. I'm obviously sharing with you what's been working for me, and these are all things that I've identified from awareness. So tuning into myself, tuning into where I'm resistant, and then building systems that support me to overcome that. So you may have your own challenges that you face that are completely different than mine. And if there's any advice I can have for anyone, it's just a matter of tuning into where your resistance is and how you can support yourself in moving forward. For me, it's been the awareness of the approach I need to take. So depending on the day, it may be motivation, it may be discipline. And then there's other supplemental areas of finding ways to enjoy the workout more, finding things to look forward to, because it doesn't need to be daunting and taxing. There's all sorts of things within the program, within my workout, that I can find enjoyment in, and putting my energy towards that over resisting the workout, because again, it is such a privilege. So this video is obviously a relatively short one, and it really does just scratch the surface around those days when you just don't feel like working out. But it's so important to be aware of what you need to support yourself when you need to do something that you don't feel like doing. Sometimes it may be in line with motivation, other times it may be more so discipline, but it really starts with tuning into yourself and seeing what you need to push forward. If you have tips of your own, please share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, of course, please like it. And if you want to see more content on what I'm up to, please be sure to subscribe. So thank you so much, and until next time.